I used to think that living fully with vision loss meant proving that I could still overcome anything. After a really difficult season in my life a few years ago, I remember telling myself, okay, this is John version 2.0. I was going to rebuild, push forward, adapt, prove to myself that I could still live fully. But the problem with progressive vision loss is the target keeps moving. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is John and I'm a blind person living with retinitis pigmentosa here in New York City. And in this video, I want to talk about something that I've been thinking through a lot over the past few years. What does it actually mean to live a full life when your ability keeps changing? Because for a long time, I thought that living fully meant constantly proving that I could still perform, still achieve, still keep up. But over time, I think my understanding of what a meaningful life looks like slowly started to change. Back in 2021, I went through a season where I felt completely crushed by everything happening in my life. My vision was progressing, a lot of different circumstances were happening at the same time, and honestly, I felt lost. I didn't really know what my future was going to look like anymore. And there was a period where I actually withdrew from people. I stopped showing up to things I had committed to. My friends became concerned, and looking back now, I think I was spiraling a bit internally. After sitting in that place for a while though, I think something in me just wanted to regain a sense of control again. I wanted to feel like my life was not over, like I could still move forward somehow. And that's when I remember telling myself, okay, this is John 2.0. I was going to adapt, work harder, push forward. And honestly, I don't think that mindset was necessarily wrong at the time. I think it helped me survive a really painful season of grief. For a while, that mindset did really help me. It gave me motivation. It gave me direction. I wanted to prove to myself that vision loss was not going to stop me from living my life. But over time, I started realizing something difficult. Progressive vision loss changes the rules constantly. The target keeps moving. Just when I adapted to one stage of life, something else would shift again. Something that used to feel easy suddenly became harder. Something that I had figured out needed to be relearned. And after some time, I started feeling exhausted, trying to build my identity around constantly proving myself. Because there was never really a moment where I could say, okay, I made it. I beat this. And I think that forced me to start asking a much deeper question. If my abilities keep changing, then what actually makes my life meaningful? And I think that's when my understanding of a full life slowly started changing. Because if fullness is only based on performance, what happens when performance becomes unstable? What happens when your abilities change? What happens when the pace of your life starts looking different from the people around you? I think over time, I started realizing that a meaningful life had to be rooted in something deeper. And for me, a lot of that started taking shape through acceptance, belonging, and connectedness. And when I say acceptance, I don't mean giving up. I don't mean lowering all expectations or becoming passive. I think for me, acceptance became more about learning how to stop living at war with my own reality, being honest with where I'm at, being honest about my limitations, my fears, my frustrations, without feeling like my life suddenly has less value because of them. And honestly, acceptance has not been linear for me either. There are still moments where grief resurfaces, moments where fear shows up, moments where I feel discouraged or unsure about the future. But through therapy, reflection, faith, and time, I've learned healthier ways to process these emotions instead of constantly fighting against them. And I think that internal acceptance has brought a kind of contentment into my life that's very different from achievement or performance. But I also realize that a full life is not only internal. Human beings want to feel like they belong, and disability can complicate that sometimes. Because the reality is, this world is designed in a very visual way. And when you live with vision loss, there are moments where you become aware that the world was not necessarily designed with you in mind. Sometimes that looks obvious, but honestly, a lot of times it's much more subtle. Sometimes it's people moving into another space and forgetting that I may not realize they left because nobody said anything verbally. And honestly, I don't even say that with bitterness, because I've also realized that a lot of people simply forget in the moment or don't know. They're not trying to exclude you. They just don't naturally experience the world from your perspective. Even close friends and family sometimes forget. And in a strange way, I think learning that has also helped me develop more grace toward people, because I've realized how much of life exists inside of our blind spots. That's a big part of why I even started this channel in the first place. Not to make people feel guilty, but to help reveal some of the things that often go unseen. But beyond acceptance and belonging, I think connectedness has become one of the deeper parts of what gives my life meaning now. And for me personally, a lot of that starts with my faith in Jesus Christ. Knowing that my value as a person, as a child of God, is not tied to what I can produce, achieve, or perform. That even in uncertainty, limitations, or changes, my life still has meaning and purpose. And connectedness also looks like relationships, friends, family, community. I remember going to a concert with my friends once. Because it was a music concert, there was already a lot of things that I could naturally experience through sound alone. But without me even asking, one of my friends started describing what was happening on stage, where the artist was moving, what was being displayed on the LED screens, wardrobe changes, small details like that. And what meant to me the most was that it felt completely natural to them to describe what was going on. They weren't making a big deal out of it. They just wanted me to fully experience the moment with everyone else. And honestly, moments like that reminds me how much connection sometimes comes through very small acts of intentionality, through people making space for each other, through communication, through people remembering each other. And I think I'm slowly learning that a full life may not be about eliminating every limitation, but learning how to remain connected through them. And I think that's where I'm at these days. I'm still learning, still trying to understand what it means to live fully in a life where things can continue changing. Because for a long time, I thought a full life meant I reached a point where I proved myself that I could keep up again. But with progressive vision loss, the target keeps moving. And honestly, maybe that's okay. Maybe a full life was never really about arriving at some final, stable version of yourself in the first place. Maybe it's about continuing to move through life honestly, staying connected, staying present, continuing to grow alongside other people, even while things change. Thank you guys for being here, and I guess we'll continue figuring some of this out together, one step at a time, into the blind spot. See you in the next one.